wanting more.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing out there, people in the world? It's your boy Lashae, aka the one and only Lashae Andre. I am here to host for you, beautiful people. We want to give a shout out to my beautiful friend of mine who's away in London town, across the pond, having fun and doing great, wonderful things. We miss you, beloved. But that gives me the opportunity to be here with you beautiful people and say thank you so much for receiving me. I've had so much fun every time that I've been here. And I hope that tonight you get to enjoy me as well. We worked out all the kinks, y'all. We fought the devil. I'm telling you right now. It was a battle. This damn modern technology is a fool. And we will do everything possible to stand in your way. Even as I speak, it's trying to work on my simulcast. It's all right, though. I'm here with you people. And I'm embracing you and I'm loving you and I'm thanking you again. And tonight we're going to have a great show. So y'all know me, I like to jump right into it. I don't like to play around with it. And we got to talk about 45. So that we can have some fun, we got to get him out the way, okay? Now, for those of you who don't know who 45 is, because I know some of y'all a little slow to catching on to things, you know. I don't address your new president by his name. I have decided that he, like all inmates who have lost their damn mind and decided to try to rule my life, will no longer be addressed by their name. They will only be addressed by their number. So, inmate 45 decided he was going to give a press conference. And baby, I thought Sean Spicer was there. I can't wait to see Alec Baldwin. Like, I know he did a little something this Saturday, but I can't wait to see them really jump into this because it is crazy. Like, at one point during the press conference, he's like, you know, he's trying to go back into boasting about his campaign. Y'all know Captain Orange Face loves to talk about how great he did during the campaign. And he's like, oh, yeah. I got 306 electoral votes. That's more than anybody since Reagan. And I'm, monkey beating his chest, and I love it. Seeing that reporter stuff. So it's like, hi, can I ask you a question real quick? I just pop your bubble real quick. Barack Obama had like 360 something. Then he was like, well, I mean, Republican. Why he do that to himself? George W. Bush had 400. I said, why? Why do they still allow this man to go up on stage unprepared without any kind of advice? I mean, literally, somebody has to take the time to stop and go, hey, I know you the president of that. Here's your sippy cup. Relax. I don't come to yell at you. But we got to get this shit together because I don't know what else to do with you at this point. So he got mad because CNN caught his ass and said, well, if you want to call us fake news, I'm going to call out how you up here actually delivering fake news. And let's see how you feel about that, Mr. President. Needless to say, he turned red which is really hard to do with that much spray tan. So that is a talent that I'm going to tip my hat off to him about. You got to be extra special to get that bad. So watch your back, CNN. It's coming. Anywho, now that we done got him out the way, I'm going to take this time to reach out to you beautiful people to talk about what I really came to talk to y'all about. Y'all know I like to give y'all a little bit of current news just to make sure that you're woke and you're paying attention. Not woke in the sense that some of these fools, never mind, that's going to take me off subject. Then we come back. Anyway, make sure you're paying attention. It's the point, people. Look out for your best interest and contact the congressman if you feel like they might even listen to you. I don't know. Do something. Contact the senator. And just do it for the hell of it. Maybe it make you feel better. Might make you feel better. Just write on something small. Anyway, let's do something that's going to actually make you feel better right now. We are going to talk about love and gender expression. I know some of y'all looking at me like, oh my God, I'm so tired of talking about this. No, I don't think y'all talk about it the way we really need to dig into it. And the reason why this has come up for me is because y'all know all week I'm normally dealing with things that I feel are important. I feel like you people need to, encounter and deal with. And one of those things all week has actually been people slut shaming one another. Just like completely. I'm sorry. Had a little moment. Because I got a little loud. Y'all know my voice. Yeah, all right. So all week people have been like slut shaming each other. I don't know if anybody's noticing, but it's like, maybe it's because it's Valentine's Day week. Like the kids was not having it for anybody who was actually happy. And they was trying to let you a hoe if you did that. Let me explain something to you. We have to start looking at what our expectations are for love, sex, and gender expectations and gender role expectations. We have to really look at how that's shaping our interactions. Because I think some people have this expectation that if you're single, you're supposed to be the Virgin Mary, while you go out and have a million dates trying to find the right one. Let me say something to you. If I'm single and I'm grown and it's consensual and there's protection, I can do whatever I want to do, and it ain't nothing that you can call me or try to degrade me or make me feel low about. Okay, the only way you should feel stupid is if you start calling somebody a name and you done slept with them because stupid you slept with them. So everything they is you is. You just gotta get over that. People do that. I should have hoe, man. I can't F her. I don't want to be with her no more. It's like, bro, you got 3 kids with her. You can't call her a hoe. What do that make you? Think about it. And I think we have just these unnecessary expectations that we put on people. Girls will look at men and go, oh, well, I know he slept around, and I don't want to be with somebody who's been. And it's like, well, child, he was single. What was he supposed to do? Sit at home and read the Bible or the Quran or whatever, whatever. So maybe just waiting on you to come. Then you come there for the date. You want him to pay for the date, everything. At the end of that, kiss him on the cheek and go home. He's like, wait a minute, how much longer I'm supposed to wait and how much more money I got to invest before I get to actually experience this physical love that everybody keeps talking about? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And because we have that unnecessary expectation that, you're supposed to be celibate the entire time that you're single, or the only way to be righteous is to be celibate the entire time that you're single. You know what I mean? You're cutting yourself off from some serious experiences, one, and you're cutting yourself off from potentially meeting some really great people. So I think that we really need to reevaluate what we expect from, let me get your opinions. Come on, tell me what you think. Come on, let me know. Tell me what you think. What do you feel is like, what makes you a slut? What makes you a hoe? Is it really something that we can only specify to one gender? Why are we so quick to call women sluts and hoes and let men get off the chain? And now, the new thing is let's call all the men sluts and hoes and let the women off the chain. I said, oh, okay, so yeah, okay. Just so long as somebody get blamed, don't nobody really care, So long as somebody else got to feel bad and feel ashamed about participating in the same activity. That makes no sense. It makes no sense. And then you sitting out there, you making yourself feel bad. I mean, I don't know if he gonna like me because I slept with 4 of his friends. Okay, the crime isn't that you slept with 4. Okay, well the crime is that you slept with 4 of his friends. It's not that you slept with 4 people. Let me put it that. Okay. You could have chose to have sex with any 4 random people. You just chose to make sure the cluster was. That's messy. Okay. That's a whole other. That's just messy. Now that you chose to have sex with 4 random people that he didn't know, he can't say nothing to you. That's your business. And the idea that we're supposed to look, if you are not the one, I ain't got no ring on this finger, you ain't paying no, we ain't living together. What I do with my box is my business, or what you do with your shit is your business. Just make sure you wash it off before you bring it to me. I don't want the last person's nothing and coming through the door. That's, some of y'all are nasty like that. Y'all looking at me like I'm crazy for saying it. It's people out there. I didn't realize how filthy and nasty and debaucherous this world could be until I really start looking into this stuff while I was sitting here prepping. I'm like, I want to make sure I'm prepared to understand what I'm talking about. And I was like, wow, there are people out here who really like get off on just being treated bad. Like that's their thing. I'm like, yo, what makes you feel good? What would make you feel, appreciated and loved? I want you to smack me and throw me across the counter and you're like, oh, shit, wait a minute, where's this going? What is this about? You know what I mean? Do I call you a slut and a hoe now because you want to get... Or do I have to respect the fact that you just into some kinky shit and I'm just not available for this right now? And let you find somebody who is. Because I don't know how to approach this. And that's why communication is important. That's why communication is severely important in making sure that whatever your expectations are, they're solely for yourself. You cannot have the expectations of the world. First thing you need to realize about the world is it doesn't owe you shit, and anything that you expect of it, it is gladly going to let you down. Okay? So you have to deal with the reality of the situation. If you find you a man, like that's like who was it, Kevin Gates? Everybody was looking at him crazy because he was like, he was ready to divorce his wife or something for not eating his ass. He was like, oh my God, he gay. Ew. I'm like, girl, look. Y'all gotta understand, even as a gay man, there was a time that, we didn't speak about these things out loud. And it wasn't exactly a comfortable conversation. I'm for real. And the fact that now he's like, I'm a divorce man.
That's my boy too.
Yeah, he's awesome. You gotta listen to some of his songs though. Right, he goes there.
Yeah, he does. That's my boy.
That's my boy. I like the song he got with Trey Songz or whatever, Jam or something.
Jam, yes, that's my song.
He is just filthy in all kinds of ways that I like. But people really jumped on him and tried to make him feel bad for even suggesting that he would leave his wife, for not eating his ass. Now, the problem that I have is that you didn't have this conversation with him a long time ago. You need to talk to your partner. Y'all looking at me like I'm crazy. Yes. You need to talk to your partner about what kind of sex they are into and make sure you are compatible. I know some of y'all feel like, oh, we can't talk about sex and without him wanting to touch me. Well, go to a restaurant and talk to him about it. Or go to the museum. Just talk about it at random places, right outside the church or something, like to catch them off guard. In the car or something, while kids in the back seat when you got to use code words. Like, but you need to have that conversation. Otherwise, you're gonna be 6 months into your marriage, thinking you in blissful matrimony, and he gonna hit you with, "If you don't eat my ass tonight, I want a divorce." Because you don't know how to communicate what your love and expectations are. And I think that even when he's the perfect example. I love this example because everybody who looked at that said, well, only women want something like that, or only gay men want something like that. And even in saying that only gay men wanted something like that was the idea that there's something feminine about this experience. There's something, submissive about this experience that a male shouldn't enjoy. Even though Superhead told y'all years ago, honey, she been looking home. She let y'all know years ago the kids was into this kind of stuff. And y'all said, no, we wasn't ready to receive that yet. Now the girls is in the song talking about some you gotta eat the booty like bros. This is how things change. Once you start talking about it and having the conversation, you realize, okay, it's really not that bad. Thank you. That's why the kids was mad at the gays. Y'all felt like the LGBT community got special rights and everything. No, y'all just got so damn nosy. We had to become transparent with everything. Well, we want to know. Look, right? Ain't no if you'd have left it alone, mind your business and had your expectations for your relationships as a breeder. Listen, no, I want to know what's the top. Okay. What's the bottom? Okay, then we showed y'all. I said we don't. Queer as folk show. Let me tell you something. Baby, if you don't know, I would like to thank, who was that? Who released that? Showtime? I think, no, it wasn't HBO.
It wasn't HBO. It was one of those cable channels.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Showtime.
I remember that.
Yeah,
it was Showtime.
I think it was Showtime. I think it was Showtime because it was one of the ones you had to have the cable pack. Your cable package had to be on point,
right,
in order to have it.
Showtime or Cinemax, one of them.
Right, it was one of them. But Queer as Folk came on, baby.
Oh, Lord.
And it answered every single question that anybody had about every gay stereotype that existed. Anything you wanted to know about what took place in the community, it gladly had that conversation with you. And baby, it rocked America's world. Because people was like, what the fuck is going on the TV? They can't really be doing this. And I'm at home like, yes, Michael. Get your life, bitch. Bring them to prom. Get your dad. Y'all know how bad I wanted to take a man to my damn prom? Yeah. And that was, 2004.
Wow.
Just the year, I think the year before, my homegirl, Miss Leonard. We was, look, gender with right expression. High school was messy for us. Miss Leonard was the first one to come out in full drag, honey, for prom, and slayed the girls at the toast off.
Wow.
And I just remember being like, oh shit, this is my life right now. Like this stuff really happens. I really want to go to prom now with a man and everything, and everybody just being like, no, it's not gonna happen. No. We're not selling you 2 tickets for that kind of shit. No, this will not be that kind of political statement. It won't happen. And I think people are uncomfortable with alternative forms of love, like, same gender loving and all of that. It makes people uncomfortable because it makes you confront the things that you've been taught are just make people horrible. You know what I mean? Oh, if you're gay, you're just a person who's so horrible, I can't interact with you. And that's bullshit. It's like, what makes them horrible? You nigga, they never can answer this question. Well, they have an agenda. What's the agenda? What are we trying to do? Help us. We trying to turn everybody gay? No. We having a hard time with the ones we got already. Trust me. Don't need any more cuckoos added to this goddamn mess. And it's because people are still struggling to have that comfort level with your gender expression or your sexual expression, your sexual orientation. So, understand this. Gender expression and sexual orientation, sexual expression, those are all very different categories. So you can have your gender expression be, you express yourself as female. Okay, you can say, hey, I'm a woman. And that's completely fine. Nobody can take that away from you. That's your gender expression. You could say, I'm heterosexual or I'm homosexual. That's your sexual expression. That's your sexual orientation. And this is where the shit gets tricky. You can say, however, I like to wear a strap-on. Okay, and I like to be the the male energy in my sexual performance. That's when people are like, wait a minute, you saying you're a woman, you saying you're straight, but you want to have homosexual like sex. I don't. Just confuses me, and it's like, well, why? Because your gender expectation says that as a woman, her role should be to submit to me as a male, or or female, whatever your expression, and perform the task of serving my needs. And it can it can blow people's mind that there are people out there that exist this way. You meet a transsexual woman, and she says, "Yeah, I'm trans. Yes, I'm a woman. But when I have sex, oh, I'm a top." What? Wait a minute. This is I don't. Okay, give me a minute to light. Okay. So, because your expectation or your gender identity expectation is to say, okay, well, you're a female. These are the roles. These are the roles or attributes that we've given to the female gender. And it confuses people to think that there are people out there who can love and exist in a space that is alternative to anything that is opposite that binary definition they think of. And we have to relax our mind as a people in order for us to have more empathy towards others and empathy towards different expressions that are now starting to form and develop. We have to understand that these things can exist. And that sex is and gender and sexual expression is a lot more fluid than we've been allowed to perceive. It's a lot more deep than we've been given the opportunity to really get into. And you have to ask yourself, why is that? What is the, what do we gain? What do we lose? Or what do we gain by abstaining from this conversation? And it's the current shit that you have now. And people going crazy, doing all kinds of shit in the dark.
They have been doing all this time.
Right, been doing all this time. It's let me tell you something. The fact that you have a whole community that you can do it with should let you know that it's not unnatural.
Yeah, it's been going on.
It's been taken away. Oh, well, they're swinging, they're doing it. I can't believe they go to sex party. Girl, they've been doing that shit since the 60s, 70s. You late.
Yep.
They've been having sex parties. What you trying to shame them for? Because, girl, have you ever been to one? That's my question. Have you ever gone to a sex party, child?
Wow.
Have you ever been to an orgy? Bitch, it's fab. Get you there. Just be in the room one time, experience it. If you've never done it in your life, you'll never look back. You don't even have to join in. Just go. You got to know somebody who knows somebody, I love that I have such an adventurous life. When you have friends that just walk you into shit. Like, come on, you coming with me to a party. What kind of party? Don't worry, you find out when we get there. What? I don't hear no music. I don't see nobody. Why is it so dark here? Why I gotta take my clothes off? Bitch, where we at? This is a sex party. Really? Okay, I'm gonna watch, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I'm gonna do something, but you better not tell nobody. Okay, I'm gonna do something in the closet. Bitch, you walk in that closet and find out you should have never took your ass in that closet. It went all kinds of nasty, unnatural shit went on in the closet. You just sat here like, oh my God! Came home happy, feeling like a brand new person. Why? Because you found out some new shit that you like about yourself. And now you can't go messing with nobody else about it. But that's fine. That's how you experience life. That's how you find out who you are. And I had a friend who was on my Facebook timeline. And he posted recently that, like, hey, I had a friend who went from feminine to masculine. Like, ultra femme, so now he's ultra masculine. And when I pointed this out, that I approved it, that I liked the new little transition, it kind of upset them. You know, did I disrespect this person? And I told him, I'm like, unintentionally, yeah. Just because people are very touchy about their gender identity and their sexual identity, how you come to make those transitions meld and how you come to develop that self-identity or your, you know, who I am and what I want. It can be very difficult for people and it can take years. Oh, honey, you 4 years ago? And hair all down my back, cat nails to the gods, beat face, baby. You want to talk about? I gave you straight face. I didn't care. The girl's just like, wait, I'm confused. Like, what? Butch Queen, bitch, the supreme definition. You understand? Who is he? What is this? What are these nails? What is this? What is this life he speaks of giving?
Wow.
I'm gonna beat this face, girl. That's what I'm getting. Getting my life in his face, in his makeup, in his hair, these nails. Shout out to all the people out here on my Facebook Live that are sticking with me. I know y'all like, bitch, your thing going in and out. We trying to stick with you. Just come back when you see it, okay? Shit. Told y'all, the devil is busy tonight. The only way we gonna fight him is if you work with me. Shout out to everybody. Love y'all. But yeah. And I went through that phase, and I think that people look at me now and they go, okay, well, you still kind of cunt. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. But you're a lot more masculine than you used to be. And I'm like, look, what you have to understand is, one, like so many little black boys all around this world, especially so many gay little black boys, I was raised by a single mother who did her best to make sure that I had proper male influences and other things around me. But, you know, as a woman who has to work and provide for kids, shit, there's only so much I can do. If your uncles and shit don't come and pick you up and take you to the basketball court, I can't help it if they call you a sissy. Shit, I'm going to teach you how to fight. My mama taught me how to baby. Thank you, mama. My mother taught me how to swing them things. You can call me a faggot all you want to, baby. I'm going to beat you into that locker. So it was okay. She didn't care. But yeah, I grew up watching women being the identity of strong figures in my life. I watched the identity of women being the ones who are doing the fighting and knocking people down and, you know, confronting any obstacle and things that they had in front of them. So, of course, when I got angry, my expression became to mimic the thing that I saw as big and bad, as the most scary thing, which happened to be my mama. And so, oh, well, you feminine this, you feminine, you can feel whatever way you want to feel about it. But I had to grow through that and understand that, look, okay, you're a man, you don't have to do that. And that's not necessarily comfortable for you, is it? Oh, okay, no, we'll do what's comfortable. Boom, 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 do what's comfortable. And then somebody's like, yo, yeah, what you not? I'm like, really? I'm just doing what's, you know, natural. I woke up this morning, I didn't feel like doing it. Let me show you. Like, really? I like being a man. It's very lazy. I don't have to do shit.
Yeah.
Right, when I was cutting, honey. Right, when I was cutting, I had to get up, honey. I had to get that eyebrow together.
Yes.
I had to get that face together. I had to make sure that foundation was the child. I had to get up a whole half hour, an hour early just to get out the door for work. Then take the rollers down. Shit, being cut was hard. So why you did that for the no? I didn't do that for anybody. I did that for myself. I thought that was cute. I thought that's what I was supposed to do. Well, why you stop doing it? Because this is so much more easy for me. This is my expression. And the perception that's received by people is somehow that you've changed or that you're no longer this person before. And it's like, no. I still like a nice, big, strong, old bully butch of a man to come on and push and knock me over or hug me. And, you know, I'm telling you, honey, once I took the nails off and I chopped that hair, the cunts was like, hey, so I'm like, girl, what you want to do? We going shopping? Honey, you can't bump pocketbooks, girl. 2 pocketbooks don't make change, but we ain't gonna make this work. What you want to do? We can go to happy hour together. Bitch, we can't dangle the same bait, bitch, and hope to work something out. I'm for real. So the kids was like, no, because you know, you so tall and you so sexy and you so expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Well, oh, now your appearance is more masculine. Now, you know, now you're so much, you know, given so much more dominant persona.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to be the man of my dreams now.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to be tall, dark, and handsome. Well, bitch, I'm tall, brown, and yeah, I look good, but that don't mean that I'm about to come and give you all your dreams. It got sickening.
Wow.
It got sickening. And then people are like, well, why aren't you in a relationship yet? Because I'm forced to top, and I'm kind of like a big ass power bottom. I don't know. It's inconvenient. What are you, verse? Yeah, I mean, not by choice really, but you know, shit, it's better than beating off. I don't know what to know. I don't know what to tell you.
Ah, shit.
How do you look? Okay, I am a man who loves men, and I'm working the rest of this shit out like everybody else. So don't slut shame me because you know, you had 3 dates this week and you slept with every one of them. Right, because it was different. I had to figure it out.
Oh, shit.
One was very aggressive and masculine. I felt very soft and nice. I needed that at that moment. I don't know why. It just felt right. But then after a while, it didn't work out. So the next night, I took out Shishi Fufu.
Oh, Lord.
We had dinner, and I paid for everything. And, you know, he was, oh, Wayne. And I was like, that shit was cute for a moment, you know. I felt like, okay, well, I guess since we done made it this far, we gotta go all the way. After enough moaning and screaming and busting a damn eardrum, I said, yeah, this ain't for me either.
Oh, Lord.
And the third night, it was kind of in the middle. It was a little nuts. It was kind of okay. It wasn't too bad. It's just a lot of extra work. A whole lot of flipping. And people like, really, Shay? Really? Bitch, look, you asked. And I'm trying to explain to you. This is not easy. This is not easy. I got girls who call me sometimes. They're like, look, I think I'm a lesbian. I'm like, bitch, get off my phone. Get off my phone.
Oh, God.
You've been heterosexual for 15 years. All of a sudden, you just want vagina today. No, because I'm saying I'm tired of men treating me bad.
Oh,
Let me explain something to you. Lesbians are way worse. So don't think
it's more than the domestic violence than it is with straight couples.
Don't
Hell yeah.
Don't think you just improved your stand. When him, at least he yelled and walked out the door. She gonna punch your ass in the eye for sure. I'm telling you. I've seen it with my own eyes. Mm-hmm. No, I'm just saying, I want somebody who gets me. Well, what do you mean by get you? Is it the sex he's not getting? Because if he's getting the sex, don't go fuck up a good thing. You need to work on a different department. Yes. Understand it's okay to compartmentalize this thing. And it's important to have this conversation. Because I think people are very uncomfortable with just talking about sex in general and talking about, you know, oh my God, well, I like to use a dildo when I'm by myself and I'm masturbating. Well, yeah, bitch, it's a reason, it's an entire industry. It's a reason when you went in the store, you had a selection and a variety. You know, it's not like you went into the sex store and it's a wall of 76 penises just for you. What is this wall of dicks about? We made this wall of dicks for you, girl. So that you can figure out what's comfortable for you. No, girl, you ain't the only one. Everybody on your block probably got a vibrator. You ain't even know.
Yes.
Your grandmother got 3 of them upstairs and you sitting here tripping about buying your first one. Get your life.
That's right.
We have to be more comfortable. And it's important too because I'm starting to see it's getting bad, y'all. The kids are getting younger and younger with when they want to start engaging with experimenting with sex. And I think it makes us uncomfortable as adults to acknowledge that that's taking place because in your mind, you know, that's not a child thing. How do you know You know, at that age, I wasn't even thinking about that. Yes, at that age, your ass was outside playing and doing other things that your grandmother told you to do. We had games, and the worst you probably did was catch a girl, get a girl. But these kids aren't outside. They don't have that. They're being bombarded constantly with messages about sex, 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 sex. They're being shown advertisements every day. Sex, 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 sex. Social media, sex, sex, sex. Love and hip hop, sex, sex. All they are being fed is sex. And so when you don't have these conversations with them about how to properly express their sex, you know, their sexual identity, how to properly handle those hormones and what it means to go on that journey, you know what I mean? You're going to set yourself up for failure. One of the most uncomfortable conversations I've ever had to have is when I looked at my nephew and I'm like, oh, so, you know, you're 10 years old now.
Yeah.
Got a girlfriend at school? No. Now, honey, I did not want to say, do you have a boyfriend at all? This is the gay uncle, honey. Let me tell you how I skirted this shit like a champ, honey, like an Olympian. Oh, okay. Do you like girls? Okay. Yes. Oh, okay. Good. Okay, good. Ooh, that's gonna save me a lot of time and frustration. All right. Okay. I know it's supposed to be progressive, but we're gonna work on that and be conservative this time. So I'm like, okay, so do you like girls? What's up? Yeah, I just don't think about them like that right now. I want to play Minecraft and da-da-da-da. Perfect, excellent. I ain't gotta talk about the birds and the bees. Great, let's move on. Then he come, you know, then they come back in the house and they're like, yeah, so your nephew showing people his weepy. Oh shit. Please don't do that. Don't do that to me. Don't do that. Because we had this conversation. No, he didn't. I know he didn't do that. My baby didn't do that. No, he didn't. But what would you do if he did? Don't start no shit like that when you scare my life. Because y'all gotta understand I wasn't prepared to even hypothesize that kind of shit. Like, you know, what do you do? What do you do when you come home and there people, and that's what it was. It was a news story about a little boy that went to school. He's my nephew's age. And, you know, him and the little girl was talking, playing kids at first, and he showed her his dick.
Wow.
And the parents were outraged. How could this? Why did you? How did this happen at the school? And it's like, did you ever stop to think that's just how he was trying to say I like you? Is it uncomfortable? Hell yeah. Is it unfortunate? Absolutely. Is it reality?
Yep.
Let's face it. When you're not teaching your kids what to do with these emotions and we're not having these conversations and we're not making these comfortable conversations to have in general, this is the kind of shit that we will face as a people and as a community. So it becomes very important for us to think about it and to formulate. What do I mean when I say that I'm a straight man? You know what I mean? Why do I like a woman that's of a certain way, a certain manner? What is that about? Stop looking at the surface and think, oh, well, the Bible said I'm supposed to like pussy, so that's what it is. Okay, well, if all it takes is a book to tell you what you're supposed to be and do, how natural is that? Since you know, sex was here before the written word. I'm just saying.
Yes, it was.
People, oh, that's blasphemous. No, you dumb. People, God made human beings and fucking before he gave you instructions on how to do it. Don't tell me. And the fact that your ass need instructions on how to do it, animals make, you know. And look at the history of sex in general, especially in the Americas, you know. You had tribal nations who were just, okay, Facebook, we just gonna give y'all a rap because y'all just know we Facebook like they're trying to load potato. So should be on my line. You should be here. GS Radio.
That's right.
So one of the things that existed was just the fact that you had tribal nations and everybody else who had all kinds of sexual identity and gender expressions. You know, the Native Americans used to say the dual spirit, where you had a person who could embody both the male and female spirit. And that person was looked at highly. You know what I mean? They weren't shunned or treated badly. You also have, let's see, you also have, you know, the African people who had all kinds of, you know, polygamy and things that they came with. And when you look at the Puritans, who we all know are our white brothers and sisters, okay, I decided that I'm going to fix this race shit real quick because I was born in America. I'm American. I might not like your white ass, but you're a brother and a sister because I cannot like family. It's okay. So, our white brothers and sisters who first came here and killed all the other ones, all of our people of color, and established their colonies and decided what sex should be properly, decided that missionary was the only position that was acceptable. That is why everybody now want to tell me that, you know, oh, well, you had sex in the butt, you're going to hell. No, I'm not going to hell. That's just because you decide to believe people who had boring-ass sex from the beginning. I would like to think that I live in the vein of my ancestors who, honey, was coming out them jungles and them fungals, honey, and swinging them titties, honey, and whatever happened around the campfire went down. All I know is it was 8 more little Indians the next damn on that bitch, and you got to get into it. I'm all about it. I don't think you should confine. I think when you confine people's experience around sex, it takes away your freedom to really be yourself as a person as well. You don't get to enjoy sex with your, you know, if you out there married right now, and you in the whips and chains and all kinds of 50 shades of whatever color, and your husband is straight up like, nope, missionary doggy style on the side sleep. That's all you get. You're never gonna be happy. You're never gonna be happy until you look at him and go, look, whip, chain, garter belt. If you can't get into this plan, we ain't no more. This ain't gonna happen. And he got to be willing to meet you there. And if he's not willing to meet you there, I'm sorry. That's your sex life. That's it. That's what you got. Unless you're willing to get a divorce, which is crazy, but it's on you. It's up to you. I'm just saying. But that's what you stuck with. Because you didn't have the conversation beforehand. That's why guys meet me. Why you want to talk about sex so quick? Because I want to see what kind of shit you into. I need to know. We didn't talk about families, mortgages, kids, education. I agree. I got it. You're trying to impress me and tell me that you got your life together. That's awesome. I see that. It's wonderful. We ain't got to talk about that for the next 6 weeks. Tonight, let's just talk about how you fuck. What do you like? Why you gonna come at me like that? Because I need to know. I need to know what I'm getting into. If you don't want to go in the bedroom and have this experiment, you need to have this conversation. You know, that's why girls me and well, I ran my finger by his butt because that's what I did with my last boyfriend. He punched me in my eye because you didn't sit down and talk with him. You didn't know he got molested as a child. He don't like that kind of shit. Now you done messed yourself up. Yeah. It's important. I've dated men who literally like, I can't kiss. You do realize that we still gay once you have the sex. That's kind of how this works on a regular basis once you identify with me.
But I can't kiss you, right?
Okay, no. You don't kiss? That's your level of intimacy you can't cross? I have 2 choices. Deal with it or not. Deal with it or not. But again, I won't know that if I make this conversation uncomfortable. You should be comfortable, ladies, coming to your partner and saying, I need oral sex, and I need you to do it this way, okay? That little ball at the top that you see, stop ignoring that. That's important. I know to you, you get busy, there's a lot going on. I need you to focus a little bit more in that area, whatever you okay? Don't sit there and play with my walls all day. Yeah, it's cute. I get it. You're having fun. This is not a goddamn arcade game. Okay? It's gonna push buttons, push the right one. Talk to him. Because if you don't talk to him, that's how you get it. I had a girl, she's like, girl, he chewed on my coochie all night.
Oh,
I said, well, bitch, did you stop him? I mean, I tried to push away, but he was constantly. I said, "Well, did you hit him?" And she looked at me like I was crazy. I said, "Bitch, I would have smacked him upside his head.
Yes.
I would have screamed, stop!"
What the hell are you chewing?
Right. This is not beef jerky, nigga. That's my lady. That's get off my damn. That hurts.
For real.
But if you don't talk and you don't say anything, he down there thinking that you squirming and moving because he doing something. You have to tell him, no, that don't. Like I have my nipple spirits. People are like, damn, he's just really transparent. He don't care. He just looks right. When you're an entertainer in this life, you have to keep down those secrets. The internet won't let you have them. But yeah, I have my chest spirits. And sometimes when you come across a partner, the first thing they tend to do when they see that you have your chest spirits is try to suck the piercing off. I don't know what that's about. I guess it's like, well, you stuck a needle through there. You must want it rough. No, it's like that was all the pain I wanted to heighten the sensitivity so that you ain't got to suck on it the damn hard as you is right now. That hurt. That's not breast. Ain't no milk in it. Stop it. I don't know what it happens. Y'all see certain things, men. Y'all see certain tattoos, like, she got a tramp stamp. She want me to hit it hard. No, I don't. I need the butterfly to take flight and take action. That wasn't the metaphor I was going for at the time. I was just young and stupid, and I thought that was good placement.
Oh, Lord.
Now he done fucked up your third lumbar because he thinking you into some
Other shit.
other shit, right? Because I didn't have that conversation. I'm for real. Anal sex. I'm serious. I got some girls that's just like, I don't see how you could do this. And he tried it. And I said, okay, well, first of all, when did y'all talk about it? When he was in there, I said, okay, well, the time not to talk about it is when you already naked in the bed, laying next to each other, and he trying to put it in there. That's not the time to have the conversation about anal sex. You were supposed to sit down with him, or he was supposed to sit down with you beforehand, go, hey, boo, look.
That's right.
I want to try something new in our bedroom. So you can be like, wait a minute. Hell to the no. Look. How the shit gonna be going on in here, player. But that ain't gonna be that. I love black women's expressions to anal sex at first. Like, I got substances that's like down for it. They like, oh yeah, bitch, I can dance nothing, I can pop it in. But I got some places like, bitch, I will put him out my house. Yes. I will take his name off the lease for even suggesting. He better not put a flashlight near my head. That's right. You better not even slide a little bit. He tried to run his finger past me the other day. I punched him in the face. I don't, But you got to talk to him about it. Because let me tell you something. That shit requires preparation and all kinds of proper things. I know people are like, oh, it's playing, y'all be just be. No, let me tell you something. Don't go. That's the one thing the internet and the TV world ain't showing you properly. I try to sit down here thinking people just jumping in and jumping out. No, girl. This whole bitches got whole diet space. I have met people that are like, we've had the conversation like, what do you do to prepare yourself for your adventures? Like, well, girl, I don't eat for 3 hours before. I'm like, bitch, no. What you mean you been hungry all day? I don't eat the day before. What? You have been starving all day to receive penis. This is a problem. I don't understand. Well, you got to stay clean, but bitch, my process is different, and I eat. I had a snack box at lunch. I mean, maybe we could do an hour, 2 hours, maybe, but shit, you ain't ate all day. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to judge you. Well, I don't want to do, Well, I douche, well, I sleep. Okay, well, it's your business. Douche, fleet, same difference, just a different nozzle. It's just your business. Glad you cleaning. I'm just glad brothers ain't getting painted. And for those of y'all who don't know what painted is, y'all just figured it out within that inference real quick. Somebody is sitting at home right now like, where's the man? Where is he? Where is he? Who is this person in here?
Devious probably ain't.
We
was doing stuff right now.
was not ready for this. I'm telling y'all. Take it down. Get you a fleet or a massingale, you know, for all the sisters from back in the day. I was
Enemas.
right, enemas. Make sure you prepare yourself properly.
Yes.
And then enjoy yourself. Go ahead and have fun with your boo thing. Do whatever y'all gonna do. Be as nasty as you want to be. I'm for real. People have to start preparing. People think you can have oral sex with funky breath. No. You can. If I can't talk to you, the last thing I want you doing is putting your mouth on my
That's right. That's right.
That is horrible. If I can't talk to you, the last person you speaking to is my vagina. This is just no. No. Let me rock the mic, boo. No. Go rock that toothbrush. Right, and come back. Girl, I'm gonna turn that thing out. No, you done turned my nose out. Go in there and handle that real quick. I'm for real. People, I just want y'all to be comfortable. That's it. I know. I drive y'all crazy. I could do this forever because I love y'all. But I really just want y'all to be comfortable with understanding what you want and how to express that and how to explain it and being okay with it. So I'm hoping that by having it, you know, by being comfortable with you and doing my best to just, you know, lottie-dottie, y'all will understand, like, it's okay. It's all right. Shay said it's okay. Shay told me, I can tell you I don't like you biting my nipple. And I'm going to be right there on the internet like, yes, I said it. Don't bite her titty. She don't like that.
That's right.
Lick 2 times to the right. Lick 2 times to the left. Back 2 times to the right. People. Can I tell you how happy I am to be with you tonight? I really am. And having fun with this whole thing. I'm hoping, because I know people are being stressed out right now. 45 got y'all ass stressed out. If y'all get them CNN notifications like I do, you are stressed the fuck out right now. It's like literally every hour your phone is just like, bitch. I thought that shit I told you last hour was something. Look what the fuck he done did. The next hour comes, bitch, girl.
He's terrible.
Girl, you ain't gonna believe what he just did, bitch. You're like, really? No, not again, phone, not again. No, bitch, look. I'm like, okay, all right. Then he come back again, girl, you ain't gonna believe it, bitch. I thought the last 2 things was it, bitch. No, he done did it. You were like, child, this is one day. Barack Obama didn't have this much shit in one day. One day, and my favorite thing, they ran his ass today again for saying like, oh, well, look what I've accomplished. And you know, my first, what's the name, Barack Obama didn't do any of that. And the news reporter was like, I know some of y'all like to forget this, but Barack Obama passed a massive budget and tax relief and all of that. You know what I mean? He saved an entire industry his first few weeks in office. He didn't have none of this shit going on. And so
what's going on with him?
45 is a very special kind of retarded. And you have to love him because he's convinced people that he's intelligent. And he's the epitome of the statement, fake it till you make it. Mm-hmm. Okay? So there's a lot that you can learn in that. If you got money and you know how to say the right shit and you know how to move with the right people and got the right body language, you can get really damn far. Yeah. A lot of people used to be like, well, I wonder how people make it through college without learning shit. Mm-hmm. Be personable. Be able to talk your way through it. You can get through it, trust me. Mm-hmm. You don't have to go to every class and do everything. I had one class that I went to 4 times, and I aced it. What the hell did I possibly learn attending a class 4 times? Not a damn thing. Mm-hmm. Outside of the fact that I was already familiar with the subject matter and the concepts and everything else, and I took advantage of the professor. Every time me and him sat down and had a conversation, I spoke right into what you want to talk about. I let him talk it up, walk into the set up the conversation, boom, knock it down. So when it's like, well, Shay's not in class, well, he don't gotta be here. I already know this. That's exactly what Donald Trump is. So, I know why we out here stressing. I want to give y'all that relief and just tell y'all it's gonna be all right. And you know why it's gonna be all right? Because y'all can still buy vibrators. It's okay. For real. Get your vibrator. I want, or anybody who's out here stressing on anything that you haven't done yet, if you like, I don't know why I can't find a relationship, why I can't be with nobody, it's because you haven't had enough sex yet. You haven't really, gone out and really had enough experiences where you have just soiled your soul and had to look at yourself in the mirror and go, really, really? So you don't understand just how willing, how far you're willing to go for love. So, you need to go out and, go to a sex party or something, get you some more experience. Do it. Some people are just tortured souls. Like, I feel they're just sitting out here like they don't know what to do. It's like, I love him and I love her, but if I love him, my family won't accept me. And if I love her, I know I won't be here because I still love him. Bitch, that's because you gay. That's what that means, right? You love her like a friend. You love him like you love him. And your family don't sleep with either one of them, so go ahead and love them. The way I used to always think about it after I came out is anybody who don't like it is going to die eventually, so I won't have to listen to their opinion forever. I know that's a little extreme of an outlook on it, but I'm just like, especially when it was like old heads, like, oh, this is an abomination. I'm like, you are so close to the last of your days. I don't even have to worry about you not liking me. So, you should like me anyway, but you need all kinds of friends and good marks on your soul, and rejecting people is not going to help you. So, but yeah, you have to think about it that way. Whenever you're stopping yourself from a new experience that's going to benefit your life and your gender expression, your sexual expression, your identity expression, anytime you feel like you're about to stop yourself, ask yourself why. And if it's because you feel like there's something you're holding yourself accountable to, ask yourself who it is and what it is. And if it's not something that literally you have to be accountable to, like I'm stopping myself because I have a partner, I'm stopping myself because I'm married, I'm stopping myself because my kids would be affected by this. Those are reasonable reasons to, withhold yourself from expression for a moment, or experience, for a moment. But if you don't have any of those things, stopping you, then the only thing that's actually stopping you from having that experience is yourself. At which point you have to ask yourself, is this an experience that I actually want to have? I'm just not comfortable with having it? Because if that's the case, go have it. You'll be amazed just how comfortable your ass will be very quickly. And if you're really uncomfortable with having it and it's really not for you, quickly again, you will come to that conclusion. You'll be there for 5 minutes and go, nope, I thought I was about this life. No, I'm really not about it. Thank y'all so much. Ooh, sorry to step up. Ooh, nope, don't want to step in there. Thank y'all. Y'all have a great night. Well, you're going to go in that closet. I'm telling you. Listen, I think R. Kelly, that's how I know R. Kelly been to sex parties and shit. Trapped in the Closet was about bad sex parties. An entire series.
Wow.
That's exactly what that shit is about. A series of bad sex parties that he went to and the people he hooked up with after the sex party. Because people do that. They get in the party trying to fall in love. And the sex is so good, I need to know you. So it's a sex party. When we came to party. And come to get to know you. In the middle of it. Anyway, I know I'm running short. I'm running sometimes. Y'all don't know me. I will go there. I will rant. I want to thank everybody for this opportunity yet again. Thank you guys for having me. I don't know what's going on with that internet world. The damn technology is the devil. So to all my people out in the Facebook world, I'm going to get with y'all a little later. I'm sorry that I couldn't be with y'all tonight. But I was here with these people. And they treated me very well.
You stream. Oh, they see you all over the world.
You streaming, they see me all over the world. People all over the world. How you doing? I know y'all like, this is why the fuck they bombing up America, because they got crazy assholes like you on there. I'm like, yeah, I know. And they export this shit to y'all. People over there like trying to pray. I'm over here talking about fleet and shit. Get him out there! Take him out there! That's the beauty of free speech and talking and loving people. Break all this. And that's what's going to make this world a better place, honestly. People think that it's crazy, but if we start talking a lot more to one another, that's what's missing. Get off these internet, off this technology and all this shit, all these. Now you can buy a thing now to rock your baby. You put the baby on the stomach, and the thing you strap this, you strap his ass in like he jumping out of a damn airplane. But he laying on the stomach and the thing rocked the baby back and forth. I know the company's called Mama Roo because my sister bought, my nephew, she bought the rocker. She got that for her baby shower. I gotta have the Mama Roo. It's okay. It's Bluetooth and you can plug it in.
Oh, Lord.
And they got the music and all this. And it's a $400+ rocker that my nephew hated. Every moment of it. He put me in, did Uncle get me out of this shit immediately. And I'm looking at, the people now. So it takes away that skin-to-skin contact. The reason me and my babies are so close, my nephews and me are so close, is because I hold them all day. They be pressed up against all day. We go, where you going? What you doing? I'll take them all around the house. So they're experiencing the world through that touch. They have a man that's walking them around. And that's what's missing. We no longer have those face-to-face conversations. We're no longer touching one another. And we're missing that love and that expression and that conversation that needs to happen in our day-to-day lives. So if I leave you guys with anything, I hope that I leave you with that. Talk to each other more, love each other more, touch each other more, explore each other more, put these damn computers and things down, go out on some real dates, go learn how to be uncomfortable, bring back slow jams,
Yes.
Bring back slow dancing. I'm tired of going to the club and seeing everybody twerk. Let me, go to the club and slow dance. That's when the brother actually had to get up on you and learn how to finesse and caress your ass while you were dancing on that thing. And if he had skills, then he learned how to grab your booty. Now, y'all just out there just putting it all on him. He ain't even got to work for it. Come on, y'all. We got to get back to some good things.
They dancing on each other.
Right.
They ain't even dancing with the men.
Right. You got it right. Because the men is so confused. Brothers, I know we just all lost out here. Like, well, I don't know what the fuck to do. I done paid the bills, I done been a gentleman, I done opened the doors, I done treated her like a slut, I done made her the baddest bitch. I don't know what else to do. I'm confused. It's okay, they confused too. It's all right. Just at this point, just present it. Just like, this is what's here. This is what's going on this side. This is what I got. This is my magic trick. But no, yeah, just think about it with each other. Be a lot more nice. Get out there and learn how to finesse each other. So that we can become a people again. Learn how to be in love again. Learn how to care for each other's neighbor. I know y'all like, bitch, sex can't save the world. No, it might actually. Because a lot of y'all need a nut. A lot of y'all just need some release and some a little bit of passion, some intensity, some connection. And hopefully y'all can get it. So in the spirit of February and all things Valentine's and Black History Month, go make some black love. And always, I don't care, breeder, LGBT, video identification acronym, go ahead out and get you some. Unless you're out there having sex with Oreos. That's just nasty. Stop the foul at Oreos. It's people out there splotching and things. They take an Oreo. I don't know why I know this shit. Cookies?
Oh, Lord.
People are into feet. They into like food and it's called splotching. They take all of the milk and shit and like cakes and stuff and they just throw it on each other and rub around in it.
Oh, my God.
They're like pie fetish. They have whole little.
Black people?
People think black people ain't into some weird kinky stuff.
That's crazy.
Because we don't talk about it. You think,
that's what it is.
It's at every function or convention they have, it's at least one black person. And if it's at least one of them, at every one of them, that means it's at least 10 or 12 of them together. If them 10, 12 come together, it's not to be some shit. Because you know, y'all remember Freaknik and all that shit?
Yeah.
All Atlanta. When black people want to come together and exchange and express their sexuality, one of the things I love the most is Black Gay Pride. Just because I think it is one of the most sexually empowering events that you will ever go to. And I tell people you should experience that. Oh, that's it. Well, they just out there. But yes, well, that's what they're supposed to be doing. Bitch, if you want to go to the business convention, we have the gay men's and, you know, health crisis convention and all them other shits later on. Right now, we talking about fucking. We going to see, I want to go see strippers. Lord. I want to go see girls shake fake titties and all kind. The LGBT events literally give you a spectrum of just the most wild. I'm telling you, I can go on.
Oh, wow.
It's wild and crazy. That's why I think it's been such a healthy community for so many that get turned out from their homes and things like that. Mm-hmm. And why, you know, we identify with so many people, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, so on and so forth. Because we give people a safe space to really figure out who they want to be. Mm-hmm. You want to be a trans man and be with a trans woman? You can do it here. Mm-hmm. It exists. There are trans couples there that are married, where she has gone from female to male and he has gone from male to female, and they are happy together. Wow. Who am I to judge? Who am I to sit here and say, oh, that's unnatural? Bitch, are you happy? Great. Do you pay your taxes? Great. Do you have a criminal background? Cool. Can I come to the cookout? Because that's about as far as I'm concerned. If we on the same wavelength, we both think, you know, want to raise our kids up the same way. That's the thing that I don't like about, you know, the whole, these, you know, what do you want to call them? Conservatives. That's the word I'm looking for. The conservative America that's like, oh, this is wrong, you shouldn't allow gays to do. How can you say what's right or wrong if everybody that's involved is benefiting? Okay? So if these two people are happy and in love, that makes me happy because A, they're not angry. So that my kids or whoever else is encountering them isn't encountering angry people. Mm-hmm. They're not disrespectful. They're not, you know, they care about their property the same way I care about my property. They pay their taxes and they're concerned about what's going on the block the same way. So we have no difference between us outside of the way that we have sex. Well, it's not my business. Mm-hmm. So you can be my neighbor. And I think until we become comfortable having these conversations and start making those people feel like assholes because they are uncomfortable with just acknowledging that, hey, different shit exists in the missionary spreading boo-boos and shit. That's it. You know, that's how they feel. The Bible said sex is for reproduction. Sister Johnson, I know you don't want to hear this, baby, but I know your son. He doing a whole lot more than reproducing, dog. Don't come to me, Miss Lady. Please. And it should be fun. So how can you reproduce if it's not fun? Mm-hmm. I don't think animals out there just like, oh, let me go through this song and dance simply because I got to. I just can't control it. I don't know what to do. No, they have a whole ritual behind fucking because if we don't do this, we got to do this.
We gotta go.
I'm sorry. I got so
You're terrible.
I'm
You're terrible.
Again, thank y'all so much, everybody. I love you so much. This has been your loving soul, Lashae Andre. I thank y'all so much for hosting me and my people from High Tea. Y'all can catch me. I'm on the live on the Facebook every Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday. Just pop in my page. It's Lashae Norris. You don't have to work hard. It's Lashae for anybody who having a hard time spelling Lashae. Don't put the Y. I don't know why they put the Y. You ain't got the question. Exactly where it is. And just come and join the conversation sometimes. I'm around, and I always have the pleasure of stopping in this beautiful place when Ahmad is around and joining the conversation. So I want to give him a shout out again and thank him for this opportunity while he's out there in London town. Buy me a good old man, pack him up, honey. You can FedEx him to my house. Don't worry about it. I'll sign for the package. Make sure the package is proper. And outside of that, you beautiful people out there, stay blessed, stay gorgeous, stay enlightened, and stay hopeful. 45 is not gonna kill us, y'all. Okay, Saturday Night Live promise. I'll holler at you. I love you. Goodbye, babies. So
Oh, you leave me like wanting more.